In the past, it was common for people coming from the UK to seek to sever UK ties to create a clean and distinct break. Some people sold their home, resigned from clubs and closed bank accounts and so forth. This was done to help prove that they were no longer UK tax resident. Now we've got a new set of UK statutory residence test rules, which means that ties are only relevant in some situations. For many people moving to Guernsey for employment, there's an automatic non-residence test, which means that you'll be treated as not UK resident without needing to consider ties to the UK. If you spend less than 91 days a year in the UK, you'll be automatically non-UK tax resident if you work for 35 hours a week on average in Guernsey and limit work in the UK to 30 days a year. In this case, you don't need to sever ties to the UK. Clearly care is needed, as there are definitions around what constitutes a work day, and the 35 hours a week calculation can become quite complex for those working limited hours. If the automatic non-residence test does not apply to you, there is an automatic residence test which would need to be considered. If neither of the automatic tests applies, then ties do become relevant. There are 5 potential ties which matter: the work tie, the close family tie, the accommodation tie, a 90 days in the UK tie, and a more time in the UK than anywhere else tie. Basically, the more ties you have, the shorter the number of days can be spent in the UK in order to avoid UK tax residence. In short, I'd recommend looking at how many ties you'll have based on your personal situation before simply severing as many ties as possible. If you're coming from a country other than the UK, you should check what the triggers are for losing tax residence there. It may be based on a simple day count or could be based on ties to that country. The other aspect to think about is domicile. A key feature of Guernsey's tax system is no inheritance tax or other capital taxes. It may be possible to acquire a new domicile in Guernsey if you're intending to move here permanently. This can be particularly beneficial if you are UK domiciled and may otherwise be subject to UK inheritance tax. Domicile is different to tax residence, and it's a long-term concept. If you want to demonstrate an intention to remain permanently in Guernsey, then severing ties will be a part of this. I'd recommend that you seek specific advice if you wish to change your domicile and take advantage of relief from UK inheritance tax, as it is a very complex area with lots of pitfalls.